How's it going, folks? Buck up in North Queensland on a beautiful November day. My daughter Lauren, she's behind the camera at the moment. She said, "Dad, don't you dare get me on camera." She come over with her boyfriend Buzzy from Perth last night. They got in this morning. We picked them up from the Cairns airport about 5 o'clock. And they're here for a week, and I'm going to show, Lauren's been here before, but Buzzy hasn't been over to this part of Queensland before, North Queensland. He's been to the Gold Coast, but I thought, oh, we'll take him around the Innisfail area and show him some nice little places. We're down at Mission Beach at the moment, so just going for a drive, and I thought we're going to see a lot of nice spots up here, so I might be able to get a YouTube clip out of it and show all you guys, if you haven't seen much of North Queensland, show you some of the nice little spots around my part of the world, guys. It's bloody beautiful up here. About 29, 30 today, slight winds, really good weather at the moment. Not too hot because the wet season hasn't started, so it's not too humid, so it's spot on. We're going to go Tuesday, we're going to go up to the Daintree and Cape Tribulation. We'll show you up around there. We're going to stay in Cairns on Tuesday night, and then on Wednesday morning we're doing an outer barrier reef trip on a big boat and doing some snorkeling and all that out on the Great Barrier Reef, and should be good. We'll get the cameras underwater, and it's going to be good. Do all that sort of stuff, so stick with us. I'll show you some of the great little spots around where I live, eh? Righto, so we're at Bingle Bay at the moment, guys, which is one of the little beaches, part of Mission Beach. It's the northernmost beach. The Bernard Islands in the distance there, which we've been out on the boat there a few times. Roz and I said, glorious afternoon, nice and warm. Lauren and Buzzy all the way over from Western Australia. The beaches are a bit different over here compared to Perth beaches. Beautiful beaches over in Perth, but they certainly don't have the coconut trees over there as a backdrop. Roz and Rafa down there. Rafa loves running on the beach. And we'll go down to Mission Beach proper soon, and we'll have a look around there, and we're going to go back to the Bingle Bay Cafe this afternoon and have an early dinner there. Beautiful pizzas and steaks and all that at the Bingle Bay Cafe. Pick it up, Loz. What have you found? A little crayfish washed up. It's a shame. I presume he's washed up, or he died and washed up, because he's still got his tail there. No, he hasn't. Oh yeah, no, I don't know what's happened to him. Maybe he's just washed up and something's eaten all the meat out of him, but there's no meat left in his tail anyway. He goes searching for a coconut soon. Buzzy's never husked a coconut, guys, so he's going to get to do one while we're here. We'll find a nice big coconut on the beach, take it home and show him how to husk a coconut, get the water out of it, and show him how to shred the meat out of the coconut and actually squeeze the milk out of the coconut flesh. There's a heap up there, so there'll be some around. There's no shortage of coconuts around Mission Beach, that's for sure. Here he comes. Rafa, come here. Here he comes. 1,000 mile an hour. Come on, buddy. Hey, how are you, mate? You've been swimming, hey? Watch out for crocodiles. Watch out for crocodiles. Yay. Where's Mum? Where's Mum? Quick. Here he goes. Runs back and forward between the two of us. Well, one thing about North Queensland, guys, from about October through to April, stinger season. Box jellyfish and irukandjis. So they've put the stinger nets out. So if you're ever up this way and you're going for a swim, make sure you swim in the stinger enclosures, because you get nailed by a box jellyfish, you are in a world of hurt. They're the most dangerous things in the ocean, those things. You get nailed by one of them, you're in deep trouble. Anyway, geez, that water's nice. Beautiful. Buzzy's gone in for a swim. He said it's a bit warmer than the water over in Perth. It's always really brisk over there, the ocean, but that's quite warm, the water. Absolutely beautiful. Dunk Island in the distance. We're going to try and find a coconut. Hey Rafa, we're going to look for a coconut. Best time of the day now, late afternoon. 4:30. Just glorious weather today, really nice. 30 degrees during the day and just absolutely spot on now. We've walked for miles along these beaches at Mission Beach. You can walk from one end to the other. Righto guys, good morning. It's Monday morning and I've taken Lauren and Buzzy for a little drive around just north of Innisfail. We're going to go and check Josephine Falls out this morning and the Babinda Boulders. You've probably seen it in some of my other clips, guys. Don't know if the waterfalls will be running. It is the dry season, but when it's in the wet season, they're really cranking. How's that for a backdrop, guys? That's called Broken Nose. That's the, I think it's the eastern part of Mount Bartle Frere, Queensland's highest mountain, named after Henry Bartle Frere, who was old, back in the old days, this English guy came out who was an English administrator. Used to be the governor of Bombay over in India, so we just found out. But anyway, that's Queensland's highest mountain. The tops of it there, the east and the west peaks, all covered in cloud cover. Starting to look a bit promising. Few rain clouds around. Maybe it's the start of the wet season, guys. Been a pretty dry couple of months up here in Far North Queensland. Going to go down and check out what used to be one of the best swimming holes you'll ever see. It's called the Golden Hole near Josephine Falls. There's now a bloody big seagull and gecko in there, guys, and you can't swim in there anymore. We'll go down and check it out. We're going to eat that coconut we got down at Mission Beach yesterday. We're going to go and check Josephine Falls out. We're going to go and get a pie from the Babinda Bakery. And you've got to call into the Babinda Bakery, get a pie there. They're bloody beauties. Then we're going to go out and check out the Babinda Boulders, where you can safely swim. Righto, let's get into it, eh? Beauty. So there's the Golden Hole down there. Used to be, as I said, beautiful swimming area in summertime, very popular. And then one of these mongrels decided to come in and take up residence. So you can't swim there anymore. Just one of the things you face up here in Northern Australia, guys. And the trouble is they're, you know, we know they're in the big rivers and, you know, out in the ocean and that up here in North Queensland. But geez, it'd be nice to have some bloody safe swimming areas. There are some, but they're becoming fewer and fewer now, and crocs starting to get in where they bloody shouldn't be, really. Anyway, ran over. Let's go and check it out. So here it is, guys. The former swimming hole called the Golden Hole. From memory, they used to have some little swings and that out of some of those trees, and all the young boys used to bloody do bombies climb up that tree and do bombies, and beautiful clear water. You'd swim over in the middle, all those big granite boulders there in the middle, and you swim over there and sit on the rock, and really nice. Anyway, I think it's probably 4 or 5 years now it's been closed due to the croc in there. I've never seen it, but obviously one's been spotted and they've erected the sign now, so you swim in there at your own risk. If you see one of those yellow signs, guys, up here in North Queensland, do not go near or in the water. It is just not worth it. A ranger escaped with his life up in Captain Billy's Landing up in Cape York only a couple of weeks ago. Very lucky he's still alive. Croc came out and got him when he was fishing. But anyway, let's go up and get into that coconut, eh? Nice little picnic area over here, but some toilets, and turn this into a camping ground. It's not like there's no room. This would be beautiful campgrounds. I've never done it, but for some reason. There's a car park there. Look at all that area over there, you know. Turn it into a, oh no, there is a toilet block there. So there's a toilet block. I just don't know if you can camp here. Tell you what, we had trouble yesterday getting a bloody coconut with water in it. It must be just that time of the year, but there's a heap of brand new coconuts coming on down there at Mission Beach, and I think in a month or so there'll be bloody coconuts everywhere. But when you're up here, there's normally a heap of coconuts on the beach. They don't have to be green. You can get these brown ones as long as they're not too old. As long as you can hear water in them, there's a fair chance they'll be okay. So I'll see if we can get into it, husk it. With the old trusty army machete. So it's only a small little coconut. We just tried it. The water inside this. Reason we're doing this, Buzzy's never done this before, being from West Aussie. Coconut's got a smiley face, guys. Two eyes and a thing. If you got something sharp, you can puncture those things and get the juice out that way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to crack a coconut clean in half now. Hopefully around the equator. Okay, and we're going to, I'll put the juice, or the water I should say, I'll put the water into the old iron jack thing. Got a couple of them when I bought a carton of iron jacks at the thing, or a promotional thing. So anyway, Loz, come down with the back of the machete. We're going to tap it around the circumference or the equator, and it's starting to crack, and it's not going to be in the middle, but we've got a fair bit of the water there. Not much in there, it's only a small coconut. There you go, that flesh is still fine. We're going to get a nice little knife in a minute, and we'll cut some V things out, and we'll start getting into that thing. But in the meantime, oh, it's got a bit of the husk and that in there, but I'll tell you what, it's sweet and it's quite nice. Excuse fingers, Buzzy. Righto, we'll get into it, we'll drink the rest of this up. Righto, the best thing when you crack your coconut in half, just a normal bread and butter knife, guys. Getting the first wedge out is the hardest, and then after you've done that, just bloody cut him down like a V shape. And the brown stuff on the outside's edible, guys. Here, Buzzy, get into that, mate. And it just comes away from the shell. Not easy work, but you get there. There you go. Nice big wedge, and it said brown bit. Absolutely beautiful. Righto, guys, we're here at the base of Mount Bartle Frere now, right at the base of what they call a little pointy bit on the end, Broken Nose. Mount Bartle Frere walking track. This is not for the faint-hearted, guys. It's a pretty solid hike. I've never done it. I was going to do it this year, but the old back didn't allow me to do that. You can actually camp on the summit of Mount Bartle Frere, Queensland's highest mountain, 1,622 metres high. And a mate of mine did it, Matty Reid, if you're watching, mate, shout out to you. Matty, I think, did it with his dad many years ago, and they went up and down, and it was a 14-hour round trip to get to the summit. So it isn't a small hill, guys. I think it's Australia's 9th highest mountain. Don't quote me on that, but it's definitely the biggest in Queensland. We've got about a 700 metre walk now to Josephine Falls. Not sure if there'll be any water flowing down there at the moment, being the dry season. But if you're up in North Queensland and you're into hiking, if you get onto the hiking pages in Australia, you'll see this one here. This is the very start of it. Heading straight up that way, you're straight into a climb like that up Broken Nose, and then you start doing the ridge line all the way up to the summit of Mount Bartle Frere. This one will feature heavily in some of Australia's top hiking trails, and if you're into hiking, then certainly something you can do when you're up here. But anyway, let's go down and check the waterfalls out, eh? So from the car park, about 700 metres down to the swimming hole and that. Nice little sealed walk the whole way through the rainforest. Quite nice. I was a bit worried about there being no water, but yeah, well, sounds like we're in luck, Buzzy.
I might not have to walk down, I'll get lost down.
Yeah, she's they might have had some rain up on the top of the mountain this morning. Righto, so we're in luck, guys. This is the Josephine Falls, and I thought it'd be dry, but there's still water coming down, and it's the dry season. It's good to see. It's the top pool. They recommend you don't swim in there, although the backpackers quite often come up and get in there. You can follow that all the way up. And that's the main swimming hole down there. We'll go down there, that's the bottom little catwalk, and you can go for a swim down there, but a lot of the guys, they walk all the way up and walk their way up the falls. You've got to be careful here, guys. You've got to know what the weather's doing on top of that mountain, because people have been washed away on these waterfalls. A big torrent of water comes down and next minute they're gone. So a few people have lost their lives here, so just be careful, know what the weather's doing. Bit of a safety warning if you're up this way. Anyway, we'll go down and we'll check out that bottom swimming pool, and there's a little slippery dip like that. Buzzy's going to go down, and there's another one down there. This is the middle little boardwalk that you can walk down and get a good view of the waterfalls. As I said, still enough water coming down there. Crystal clear. Hot day and that, you just go down and climb down the rocks and just sit in those rock pools. Absolutely beautiful. Right, so we're going down to the bottom, the main swimming area. You be careful too, guys. I had a bad accident down here once, slipping on a rock and smashed my head into a rock and did some serious damage, so just be very careful. Well, Buzzy's hit the water, guys. It's pretty brisk too. Really cold. It's refreshing once you're in there. And as I said, not a lot of water. Usually that's halfway across. It's a slippery dip all the way down. You can still come down. These girls are probably going to come down in a minute. But certainly a nice little swimming hole, that's for sure. Here they go. We'll get some video of them coming down. A beautiful blue dragonfly. I've never seen one like that before. The similar colourings to the Ulysses butterfly. Fantastic. Buzzy gonna have a slide down, guys. Righto, nearly time for some lunch. Not a bad spot. What do you reckon, Buzzy? Laura nearly KO'd herself on a rock. Give these guys a plug, guys. You're in Cairns and you want to do some little day trips out of Cairns, come to beautiful places like this. Uncle Brian's. You always see that bus getting around down around here, showing all the backpackers and people all the beautiful little places around the Cairns region. Rightio, we're at the Babinda Boulders. We just pulled in, and the Babinda bakery. I haven't had my sausage rolls yet. Lauren's carrying them. You've watched my channel, guys. You've probably seen the boulders before, but this is a must-do if you want to find a beautiful, safe swimming spot close to Cairns. Oh, it's about 40 minutes south of Cairns, I suppose. Half an hour north of where I live. Very low at the moment, not a lot of water in there. But once you get over there, plenty deep enough over the other side there. Nice safe little swimming spot for the kids and what have you. Yeah, gee whiz, it's low. It's usually right up level with the pontoon here, but anyway, wet season around the corner, she'll fill up again. Not a bad little spot. Well, Lauren's taken the plunge. Gets nice and deep as you get over there a bit further. This is the lowest I've ever seen it. How is it, Loz? So if you're on the Boulders, guys, turn into Babinda, little town of Babinda, off the Bruce Highway. Go straight through the main drag, about 5k's on that road. You run straight into the Boulders. Beautiful little picnic area, barbecues, great place to spend the day. We'll go and have a look at this little walk, eh? Another nice little rainforest walk at the Boulders, guys. And we'll take you up to the end of this and you'll see why they actually call it the Boulders. You can get an idea of just how much water can come down here during the wet season. You wouldn't think so at the moment. Water levels are very low. But as I said, we're just coming out of the dry now. Wettest part of Australia here at Babinda, Tully, Innisfail, that area. The wet tropics. Beautiful little creek, isn't it? Well, this is why it's called the Boulders, guys. We've just come down to the end of that little rainforest walk. And as I said, it's the dry season at the moment. Still a bit of water flowing down, but this absolutely cranks in the wet season. You can see by the erosion. You know, thousands of years of erosion there, like the holes that have formed in those granite rocks. And there it is, flows all the way down through there. Not as spectacular in the dry season, I must admit, but if you come here when the rains start, it is a sight to see, it really is. And they recommend you don't swim down there, but if you can get down there, especially in the drier parts, a couple of backpackers down there, beautiful little swimming hole to themselves in amongst the boulders, fantastic. No, it's a top spot, all right. And the water is just crystal clear. I don't know how good that'll come up on the camera, but that's just, you can drink that water, it's that clear. Gives you a bit of the idea of the power of water. That's a long way down there, and God knows how deep that rock pool is. The water has just chiseled those rocks out over the years. It's incredible.